Hi there, my name's Chris Sims from Woolnorth Wind Farms. I'm the Health, Safety and Environment Manager for the company. So I work up at the Musselroe Wind Farm and up at the Woolnorth Wind Farms. And I'm taking the guys out today to show them the wind farm and our operation out at Musselroe. But before we go, we've got a little side project, a little side adventure. We're going to go and check a wedge-tailed eagle nest, or a couple, and see if they're active or not. Oh, well, we made it in on our little adventure to check two nests. One we can't locate, so it might have disappeared over time, might have been blown out or fallen down through time. But the other one we did find, and we might come back and visit it again if we've got enough energy next year. So we're running a project where we're looking at all the nests in the northeast tip of Tasmania. So basically a line that runs east-west from Edison Point and north-south from Tomahawk, so that wedge of Tasmania. We're checking all the nests in that area for activity and breeding success, and in the process of checking that, we'll try and collect some off-cast material, so some wedge-tailed eagle feathers, or some pellets, or some feces, or that sort of thing, some excrement, and we'll do some genetic assessment of that to see if we can determine relatedness of all the birds in the northeast of Tasmania.
Well, after our search for the nest at south of Mount Cameron this morning, where we met Chris for the first time, we're now out at the Musselroe Wind Farm, and I can tell you why they've put the wind turbines out here, because it is breezy. So you can see some in the background that are turning the blades, which is generating electricity, and we just want to find out a little bit more about wind turbines and eagles, because after all, we are doing the Where Wedgie project.
So here at Musselroe Wind Farm, behind me here, we've got one of the wind turbines that was being constructed back in 2013, which is when we started here. So we've been operating now for almost a full 5 years, and in that time we've had 11 wedge-tailed eagle mortalities and 1 injured wedge-tailed eagle. So collectively we've had 12 over that 5-year period, and our average collision rate per year, so it's a kind of a long-term rate, is a little bit over 2 birds a year. So that's what our impact is. So we measure it and we report on it. So we measure it through doing regular bird mortality surveys and making sure all our staff are aware that it's something that they might see and it's something that we need to report on. We also report it publicly into the public domain, so we have annual environmental reports. So we're really open about how many mortalities we have. And it's something, the mortality rate is something that we're definitely working on in terms of mitigation and offsets.
Hi, my name's Natalia, and I have to survey around the turbines that you can see behind me, looking for birds and bats that have been struck by the turbines. And I do that on this quad bike, riding around on a quad bike around the turbines. And this is my friend Claudia, and we do it about every 2 weeks, and there's 56 turbines to survey.
So one of the things we're doing here is an eagle observation study, and the guy here in the white ute is doing eagle observations, and he does 4 2-hour sessions a day with 4 other observers. So there's another guy on the hill way out in the distance. And they're coordinating their observations, so we get some flight path patterns across the wind farm. And this is actually the third of its kind, the third study of its kind. We did one before we built the wind farm, we did one just after we commissioned the wind farm, and this is the third one. So we're trying to get a really good understanding of how eagles use their wind farm.
So I don't have any trapped birds around the wind turbines in Tasmania at the moment. They're dispersing birds, so they could fly in those directions. But as a researcher, a question that I'd be really interested in answering or looking into is, how do the birds that live in these areas, the adult territorial birds who stay in these areas, how do they move around these turbines? Why Wedgie Why with me, James Pay. Why do you think that wedge-tailed eagles crash into wind turbines?